EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for December 22nd, 2020. For your Tuesday, expecting any morning clouds to give way to sun today, and we will have temperatures that are going to be kind of right around average, either side of 40 degrees north to south. It will be a little warmer than 40 down by the Philadelphia area, and maybe not getting out of the upper 30s farther to the north, but it will be, again, clouds giving way to sun today, and then mostly clear skies are expected overnight with another cold night on tap here. And then once we get into Wednesday, we'll call it partly to mostly sunny with high pressure sitting over top of the region. And temperatures not quite as mild as today. Well, I won't say mild. It's not really mild, but maybe a degree or two less and you can shave off the high temperatures here for Wednesday. But high pressure is going to be in control, so we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies. And then clouds are going to increase overnight ahead of our next system, which is this cold front, very powerful cold front that's going to come through on Christmas Eve. Now, this is concerning on multiple levels, and I will discuss what I'm talking about here. And the actual the impacts are not really, in this case, they are not winter related. Okay, so there was some talk earlier in the week that we were going to get some back end snow and some accumulating snow and a white Christmas and all that stuff. I don't think that that's going to be the case. Okay, that is not one of the three major impacts we're talking with this. First thing is we're going to have a very warm flow out ahead of this, so we're going to have very mild temperatures on Thursday. So much of the snow that is left, if you have snow left where you live, it is going to be gone here on Thursday for many areas, except for those far northern areas that got some seriously high snow amounts. You'll probably still have some around, but it's going to be, most of it's going to be taken away by this front here. So we have very mild temperatures, and mild by, when I say mild, I'm talking about getting well into the 50s for highs here on Thursday. So at the same time, we have some heavy rain moving in. So the combination of the heavy rain moving in during the afternoon hours, mainly here on Thursday, on Christmas Eve Thursday, will move in during the afternoon, and you have periods of rain, some heavy. The combination of the heavy rain and the rapid snow melt, wherever you're at, the combination of the two will provide some flooding concerns here for Thursday. We're looking at least an inch of rain here. Many areas are going to be like inch and a half, but when you combine that with the snow melt, you're going to have that situation exacerbated a little bit. So we have that flooding potential. That's number one. That's impact number one. Number two, there's going to be a squall line that comes through during the course of the evening, and it's going to get these winds cranking. Okay, it's going to be a convective-like squall line, and it's going to be could have some thunder or lightning with it, and it will be some very high winds with it. And when I say high winds, I'm talking about 50, 60 mile per hour winds. That is not what you want to hear on Christmas Eve. Not what you want to hear on Christmas Eve, because that means power outages. You have wet ground already, wet branches, and then you throw in the 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, and you got some problems here. So this is all because of this very deep trough that's moving in. There's a cold front in the lead of that right here, and here's the low pressure driving it. But you have a very well aligned, almost parallel to this front. You have a very strong 700 millibar jet that's running right ahead of the front here, and that's going to carry the high wind potential ahead of the front and get that squall line going here. So let me go over to the NAM high-res feature. Actually, this is not the high-res version because it's not range yet. This is the 12-kilometer version, but you can see where the squall line is. It's a almost north-south oriented here in western Pennsylvania, and as I move this forward, it becomes more like a negative tilt here. As a trough negatively tilts here, you're going to have this turn more north-northwest to south-southeast. You can see that turning here a little bit, but you can definitely see where that squall line is, and that continues over to eastern PA, and it's almost northwest to southeast here at this point, going straight through South Jersey, and then it finally moves off the coast after that point. But this squall line here is what is going to bring in these high winds, and you can see that here on the European model here this evening. I don't want to use the NAM lower resolution because it's putting out some insanely high amounts here. These are high enough to begin with here. This is hour intervals here on the European model. So it starts off early evening on Thursday. It's going to pick up a little bit before that, so you might have like mid-afternoon or so. You pick up 15 to 25 first, and then 25 to 35 gusts. And then once we get into the evening and the squall line moves through, look what it does. You get some seriously high wind gusts, especially in far eastern Pennsylvania, where we're expecting some 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts out of this. And then once this moves into New Jersey, you might have some gusts that are getting even higher than that. So We'll see how this plays out here, but this could be above 60 here with these gusts going into New Jersey as the squall line moves through. But once it moves through, it abruptly ends, and you're back to 15 to 25 gusts, and that's it. And that's going to go straight through the day here on Christmas Day. What's bringing this in? Cold air advection on the other side of this front. Look at the differences in temperature ahead of this front. This here, you can see where the front is, right here. Okay, there's the front. Look at these temperatures here. They're all in the mid to upper 50s over here, and over here you're in the 20s. Okay, so when this front passes, it's going to be a matter of hours where you're going to see temperatures drop very, very rapidly, some 25 degrees in about 3 hours' time. So you're going to get from mid to upper 50s to near freezing or below. So that's the third concern. The third concern is going to be a flash freeze. Okay, everything's going to be wet, and you're going to have standing water and things like that that are going to freeze, and it's going to be a hard freeze once this moves through. And you can see this move through here, this line, as I push it eastward, and that is some pretty abrupt change in temperatures, and it drops rather quickly. Highest chances for the flash freeze stuff is going to be here in these interior locations. It's going to take a little bit of time to get to the Jersey areas here, but I do think it gets there eventually. That's going to be on Christmas Day, where your temperatures will be falling off their early morning highs. So it's not going to be a good time frame here that we're talking about here on Christmas Eve at all. And hopefully we're not dealing with too many power outages, but I fear that there's going to be a bunch of them, and it's going to be at a very bad time. That is the worst time of the year to lose power. And there's going to be some people losing power here, it looks like, undoubtedly on Christmas Eve. Now, Christmas Day itself, it's going to be very cold. And again, you're going to have falling temperatures throughout the day. Very cold temperatures falling through the 20s in many locations. And so the highs that we have posted here for Friday are going to be occurring early in the day. You could have some scattered snow flurries throughout the day as well, as you can see here. The GFS is trying to show that. So there could be some flurries here, and then Saturday is going to be another day where it bombs out. You might not get out of the 20s for highs. Partly to mostly sunny, though, here on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we moderate a little bit. Temperatures getting back above freezing, but barely. It's still kind of like hanging around average or maybe slightly below. And then we have another system coming in here on Monday. This looks like it's going to be cutting to our west initially and may pop a low down here. This is the primary low. May pop a secondary here off the coast, and then you have another transfer situation. May bring rain and or snow to the region here on Monday. This is one of our identified storm signals in the long-range outlook. Again, storm signal doesn't necessarily guarantee for your specific location that you're going to have accumulating snow, but there is the opportunity for that with this system here. So this is for some areas, maybe a winter storm here and produce some accumulating snow. Others, it might be rain further south and east. We'll see how this works out. There's a lot of differences of opinions between your several different models, Canadian, European, and the GFS are all showing different solutions for this time frame. But this is one of our identified storm signals in the long-range outlook that we produced last Friday publicly and carried forward privately just this morning when I did the long range in the forum and to our private clients. So I do like this period here. This is one to watch, and I also have some periods here coming in after that are going to be beyond the 7-day forecast that we do here in these videos. That'll be around the New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and then again during the first week of January. There's several storm signals lining up here. So if this one doesn't hit, we either have several waiting in the wings that could possibly bring some wintry weather through the end of the first week of January. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for December 22nd, 2020. Have a great Tuesday.